finding new customers is really all about being you, genuinely you, who you are as a person. How do you make your customers feel when you interact with them? Are you making them feel like they're a dollar, they're a transaction, or are you really striving to hype them up, make them feel good? People love to be around people that make them feel good. Like my shirt today, stay close to people who make you feel like sunshine. This was our one of our shirts for SFR, I believe it was, for last year. So I thought it was appropriate to wear this today because I really believe people will always remember how you make them feel. They might not remember what you say, but they remember how you make them feel. So we can't rely on that first intimate network of customers that we have. We have to learn how to outgrow that, and it happens fast. You've probably, if you're a leader, see it where people come on, they have really strong sales, and then they start to just they kind of lose. How do I find more people? I was really successful with my friends and family in the beginning, but now I don't know where it is. So parties, and I know that's a word that some people are like, yeah, I rock at parties, and other people are like, I can't book parties. So can't is a fixed mindset, and you have to find a way around that because there are ways. When you have a will, there's a way. You have to be able to find a way to get new people in your network, and partying is a huge part of that. You cannot always just sell to the same people. They're not going to need as much as what we have on hand. Like that's just not the way that's going to be. So a fun way that I started last March was doing a challenge to book a party in every state. And it was so fun for me to be able to have my customers who typically would be like mute in my customer page, that they would be coming on and they would be like, oh my gosh, my cousin lives in Ohio. Maybe she'll book a party for you. So last year I did 15 different states in Facebook parties, and I made them all video focused. So Facebook is always changing. Like right now, I really don't feel like they're pushing lives as much as that what they were. They're really trying to get you in your stories, in reels. So keeping up with the times of what social media and what the algorithms are doing is the most important key in this, because you have to be playing into them. And that's what's going to help you be successful with getting in people's feeds. So at the time, videos and reels was the highlight of it. And so I got together with a couple of my sideline that we run our businesses together, and we came up with this video focused party. So we did product videos, and then we went into the Facebook parties and we highlighted them so they could actually see how the products were used, get to see our faces. I really think it's really important to tie who you are as a person, that you use them in your house, that you believe in the product, why you believe in the product, and then share parts of your journey. What is it about Scentsy that makes it special? Why are you here? If you're not continuously sharing that with your customers, I know that may seem weird, but it's important. They need to know why you're putting food on your family's tables, or you're paying for the vacations, or you're like, I have a giver's heart. I love helping people. That's why I love being a leader in Scentsy. This was my calling. I had no idea that I was going to find an outlet within it, but it's really important for me to tell my customers of why I'm here, and that I get to continuously help people along their journey. I get to help them give their kids dream Christmases by teaching them how to do a business, because they tell you if you give someone something or you teach them how to do it, that's different. They're going to be able to provide for years and years on. So by training someone how to build a successful business, now they can have paychecks that are coming in. So that's what I do with being transparent with who I am, with allowing my customers to get to know who I am and why I'm doing this. And it really helps them support me. So when I have different goals that I'm trying to reach, or I have like the bingo right now, it's so fun getting on your stories, coloring in your tracker. That's what I'm actually trying to work on. Being transparent with your customers of what it is you're working towards. I love to see you hit goals and be successful. So doing the state challenge and being able to have them refer people to me was a really good success. And then having a party that was interesting. And if something stops working that was working, it's so important not to just shut down and stop doing parties altogether. I think that's what we do. They stop, you hit a roadblock, and you just quit. Where you have to always be pivoting of what you're doing in your business, because things are going to be successful at different times. So I always like to, when I'm talking to my team about it, is okay, something stopped working, put it up on your little imaginary shelf, and then pull it down later when something else stops working. Because you always have to be revolving, you always have to be coming up with new ideas, but you always just have to be transparent and showing that natural connection, because people don't want to feel like a dollar sign. They really don't. They want to feel like you actually care about solving a problem that they're having. So social media is a really good way to do that. My state challenge was really good. Samples. And so like my team every year, we do a sample party and then we hand them out to people. But here's the most important thing that I will tell you until I'm blue in the face is hand the samples out. Yes, get the scent under people's noses, get the products under the people's noses, but follow up. You cannot get sales from a sample by just handing it out or leaving it out of place and having no way to get that person's contact information. It may help, or it might happen every once in a while, but I promise you, most of the time, the human mind is like a goldfish, and we get so busy. How many times have you sat down to order something on a website and get interrupted because the kids comes in, or the dogs needs to go out, or the husband needs something? Like, there's always something that distracts you. So put yourself in your customers' minds. It's not that they're not interested in your products. It's not that they're not interested in you or think you're a bad person. They get busy. So we have to follow up. We have to be present in our business. We have to keep showing up on social media. Be consistent. Consistent is the best thing that you can be by showing up and talking to people, letting them, you don't have to share your whole entire life on social media, but that it's meant to be a highlight reel, right? Like, a lot of people are like, oh, their life's perfect, but it really is meant to be a highlight reel. So just show of how you're working your business. If you're making samples, I want to see it on your stories or posting. Like, there's so many different things that you can show of how you work it, why it brings you joy, what you're doing, just that inspires people. That's why that's my word this year is I want people to feel inspired. I want them to find the joy and the love that they have. And Scentsy won't be for everybody, but for the people that are missing something in their life, they're going to connect with that. And that is where my passion and my fuel comes from for my business and my following, is that they know why I do that. They know that I'm here because I want to help people. Scentsy is not an income for me. Like, it's my fun money. It's how I go to all the events. I spoil my team with it. Like, I have a full-time job. My husband has a full-time job. We're just dog parents. We raise a bunch of other kids that aren't ours, but we have that. But I share that with my customers. They know that I'm here to help other people. And that is having that connection with your customers is what's going to make the big difference. Partnering with local businesses, having warmers inside there and asking like if you can put it in there, and then having those conversations with them about, if they get to know the real you and feel connected to you, they're going to refer people to you. So parties and referrals are absolutely where you should be doing this from. If you're a weirdo, show you're weird. Like, that is the what I really want to come out here and say is, everybody think you have to be prim and polished and makeup on and hair done. You guys are all lucky that I put myself together today, because that normally doesn't happen. I'm normally just like a hot mess express, but I need to do content for social media today. So I was like, perfect, I'm going to do this. But normally I don't. My stories, 9 times out of 10, I have glasses on. I got my hair up. I'm a hot mess. But that is what makes me me. You're going to see my dogs most of the time. You're going to see here, my dogs literally chewed on my trim. This is authentic to me. It's real life. It's what people come up to do. You have to be transparent with them. Another thing that I tell when new people join is, from day one, when you start being a Scentsy consultant, I want you to start a spreadsheet. And I want you to, every time you have a conversation with a customer, I want you to record something about them on this spreadsheet. So I have a master Excel spreadsheet with tabs at the bottom that will be body products, wax products, cleaning, all of our categories. And then if I have a conversation with someone about a specific product, I will tag their name inside that spreadsheet, what they liked, what scents they liked. And then if they have a wax that's discontinued, I have my wax one, and I put all of those inside the wax. Say we have a product that's like another product that's discontinued, then I'll have it there. So if that ever comes back, I already have a generated lead list that I can go from. That's PRV, that people are already waiting for that product that they're already interested in, and the feeling that person's going to get because I remembered what they liked is huge. It is so huge. And I love to put personal notes about my customers as well. If they have kids in a certain sports or they went on a big trip, it has to be so much more than just selling to them. And I know I said this in the beginning, but I really want you guys to, hit home with this, is that the personal connection is what makes the difference. You are what makes the difference in your business. People all the time are like, oh, this town is saturated. I live in a very small town. There's 3 directors here, a star director. Like, there, if any town's gonna be saturated, it would probably be my town. But I tell you what, there's still people here that have never heard of Scentsy. There's still people here that are looking for new products or community or connection. What makes you different? Why should people shop from you and refer people to your business? Because that's all it is. And once you get people in there, I'll tell you guys this. Um, I showed up consistently for my business. So I've been in Scentsy 4 years now, and I've showed up consistently with my business pretty much every single day. And last month was one of the worst months of my entire life. I lost my brother-in-law. My dog started having seizures. Like, it was a mess. I checked out of my Scentsy business pretty much that whole month just because of everything that I was going through, and my business still ran. My customers still supported me. Last month, I barely worked my Scentsy business and I had over 3,000 PRV because of the time, the consistency that I've put into my business. My customers knew. I posted in my group to let them know, guys, I don't know when I'm going to be back right now. My life is a mess, but I love you guys. I support you guys. If you need a refill, here's the link, but it was the last thing on my mind. But because of the discipline that I've put into my business, the connections I've built with my customers, the referrals that I've got from them, that I've then got to know them, doing the every state party that I was doing last year, which I'm continuing into this year because I will get all 50 states and my customers are invested in that. They kept showing up for me because I show up for them every single day. So when people tell you the economy is bad and people aren't spending money, you're not talking to the right people, because there are people there that have problems that Scentsy can solve. We just have to find a way to be able to get in the room with them, get on the phone with them, get on the computer with them. And if posting silly reels on your Facebook is going to bring a new network of people in that eventually you're going to be able to talk to and have connections with, then do that. Like, what is it that brings you joy? Put joy back in your business. Find what makes you smile and start working towards it. Like the day you first joined, or I know a lot of you on here probably are new and you have that joy, you have that excitement, you're ready to hit the ground running, you want to talk to everybody about your business. And over time, that just kind of fizzles out a little bit sometimes with people. So you have to find a way to continuously keep bringing joy back in your business, because what Scentsy offers is so much more than a product. It's so much more than an opportunity. It's so much more than community. Like, as an entirety, if you're in it and you're getting that feeling, you understand it. But all these people out here that are looking for Scentsy to buy, or they're looking for a community, or looking for travel possibilities, they don't know because they're not here. So it's our job to be able to branch out and really show them what it is of why we do this business. And the more authentic you can be, that's the reason authenticity is one of our core values. And simplicity, let me tell you, if I could tell you anything from the time I joined to time now, is simple. Simplicity has to be simple. You don't need all the stuff. You don't need to do all the things. Work on one thing that you have in a month and focus on it. Find out, is this going to work for me? Is this a system that I'm going to use? Because a system that's elaborate but complicated and your brain doesn't understand, you won't use it. And don't do that. You've got to do things that your brain likes. And then you've got to be able to go out there and have the conversations with people and just be your authentic self. So I challenge you today to be able to find a new customer. And I say that loosely because it doesn't have to be someone that buys something from you today, but I just challenge you to connect with someone who's outside your inner circle, your inner network, and to start to build a relationship with them. Because the more you build relationships with people, the more, once they're like, oh man, they keep seeing it, right? It says that it takes 7 times for someone to see something before they purchase it. So keep bringing up on your social media or in conversations when the opportunity arises. Like we talked about that at World Tour, is how do you mention what you do for a job? Well, I have a full-time job and I will mention it, but I love telling people that I sell home fragrance products. And then I show people how to build teams and leaders and invest in people, because I believe in investing in people. So just remember, with whatever you're doing, if you're building a system, if you're building how a party, that done is better than perfection. And this is something I tell one of my best friends every single day because she's a perfectionist. So done is better than perfect. Just start, go outside your inner circle, make connections, and just show people your true inner self.